Do we ask?
Okay, so happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the M2W call. And yes, Carrie Jo, let's go ahead and yes.
Yeah, so I'm just thrilled to be here again on Friday mornings when we get together. It's always awesome. I look forward to it big time. And I love that we can, huddle up and share wins and what's working. And if some of us have a challenge with an area, this is a place we can come, don't you think, where we can just ask each other, okay, what's working for you? So I had some challenges with some team members with inviting this week. And so I wanted to take them to a place that they could get, good content scripts to be able to kind of stimulate their ideas to make it their own flavor, but spice it up. But what do you guys have something set up in your group pages that can be an asset for us to send people to?
So yes, just trying to think here. So there's different ways to invite, right? So a lot of the stuff that we've got in there about inviting is definitely more to a presentation or to a group or potentially a Zoom.
Yeah.
But it's because a lot of the people who we're meeting are on social media and they are starting in that cold market. We typically have them move them into Messenger. And of course, from there, they're going to be talking, asking some questions, warming up the conversation some, and then inviting to the group or wherever it is that they're inviting to. So we do have some scripts. Some of them are in the ATM section. So when you go into our training at sealifenation.com, under the ATM section, there are definitely some scripts to get people through Messenger and into other places. And then under our online training, there are also some invite scripts in there. I don't remember exactly which section, but in fact, it's probably labeled, but in that social media section, there's also some additional invite scripts because we give some sample posts that people can use, out on their pages or in groups, and then
Yeah.
obviously follow up with how to invite them into the script.
Yeah, it's
So,
perfect because some people are just thinking that I think, what, I fell victim to this a long time ago as well. Just post something and the orders will come. And with what you guys have trained and shown that, yeah, right, that doesn't happen. So what you guys have taught is evident. So and the reason I'm bringing this up is because there's a group of people who are merging into what your platform is already working, and they're trying to navigate. And so if we can help them with those simple steps, obviously sometimes it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming for me, so I know it's overwhelming for somebody who's not even as who doesn't do a Zoom. I know how to do a Zoom, but somebody who doesn't do a Zoom and then they go into this and it's like, okay, let's just teach them how to invite to a Zoom.
well, I think one of the biggest things, I'll let Ruth add on here too. I think one of the biggest things to remember, whether you're building this business online or offline, is you don't, you want to warm up the conversation. Most of the people who you're inviting that are, offline, typically are going to be from a warmer market. They're either someone or likely someone who referred you to them, potentially. Now, it could be someone you meet out and about. Obviously, that can happen.
Sure.
But a lot of the people who you're going to talk to if you're offline are going to be a little warmer to you than someone who you meet online. So when you're having conversations with somebody online, you've got to remember that you've just met them, right? You've just met them for the very first time. And when you meet somebody, you're not gonna ask for that date. You're not gonna have that proposal, right? You want to warm up and actually get to know somebody just a little bit. And so, one of the things that Ruth and I really teach a lot, and you probably heard it if you didn't see all of Yesterday's training, you've probably heard it in the past anyway, is, even when you start talking to people on social media, you don't want to go ahead and just spam their link, right? You want to actually get to know them a little bit, provide some value, give something where they can have a chance to go evaluate. And so that's what our group is all about, is finding, people who are struggling, and our group, is going to be that solution for their struggles. And when they come into that group, we can tag them in different trainings that are going to help them out. But what we're doing is we're showing value. We're not spamming them. They can come in there. It doesn't matter what company they're in. They're going to feel welcome, and they're not going to feel like we're trying to recruit them.
And that's your
And
networking professional, right?
mhm. Correct. And that's where they're able to sit back and evaluate and see the different trainings. Now, over time, they're going to realize what they're lacking. And, when we put an offer out, for people, if this is something you want to join, that's when we get people reaching out going, oh my gosh, yes. Like, I'm trying to take all what you're teaching and put it in with my company, but nobody else is building this way. So it's super hard for me to, do that. So that's kind of the flow on that. Ruth, you want to add some on that?
No, I think you covered it really well, Trish. I think it's just, you have to think about how you would feel when you got a messenger message from someone you didn't know, right? So there's no magic words in Messenger, right? There's no copy paste script that you can just fire off to everyone. You have to think about how you would feel getting a message from someone you don't know. And then how you would feel having the conversation with them, right? And I think if you can put yourself in the other person's shoes, because people on social media, their radar's up, right? They got their radar going like this, going, is this a scam? Is this a good person, a bad person? And you have to really think about how that person is going to receive the message you're sending them, because they don't know you. They don't know you from, the guy down the road.
Mm-hmm. So when you're inviting your warm market, it's obviously a different animal because you're working with trust versus no trust.
Correct.
Yeah.
But still, can you coach to how the best approach is versus, this is a lesson that I got earlier. So I'm just bringing it up from, I'm being selfish right now. Sorry. I hope you guys can learn something from this. But I think that everything happens for a reason. So when somebody comes in and they're excited and they've got all of their enthusiasm and they've ranked and they've got their product story and they just go blurb, right? They want to tell instead of attract. So that's what I've learned from you guys. It's better to attract versus to spew, which most people still do though, unless they get this kind of coaching, right? So at least in my experience, because the new folks that have come on who have got not, in my experience, have not come in through this, training, have just gone to the old, I'll just post it on my page thing and wait for orders. And I know that there's more that we can be better coaching them to. But initially, if we're inviting them to something to take a look, it's a better approach than just with our trust, right? Than just blasting on our page. Would you agree? And can you talk to that?
Oh, 100%. Because blasting on your page it's spam, it's salesy, it's going to repel people. It will. And it doesn't build trust. So people think if they put up a picture of their products that a bunch of people are going to see it and want to buy, it's not going to happen. Right? Now, maybe if it's a friend in a close relationship, they might reach out, but there's already trust there. But if we're using social media to reach a bigger market, like the cold market, then why would I buy from Carrie Jo? I don't even know who she is.
Right.
Right? They're just going to ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
So really becoming a person of value, solving problems on your social media, solving the biggest problem that your potential prospect might have. And then when someone does reach out who's curious, ask questions versus tell information. Because you've got to pre-qualify people for your time. And in the beginning, most network marketers spend all of this time telling to a person who isn't remotely interested, right? So we got to ask questions to pre-qualify people for our time. If they answer the questions right, then we can give them a solution, right? We can offer an evaluation tool.
Yes.
And I'm just going to add an example to what Ruth is saying. So for instance, my sister, who actually is part of Secret, she has another friend who's in a different company, and the friend was asking some questions. Anyway, she put her in touch with one of her upline because my sister was trying to help out with the process a little bit. And so when my sister was introduced to this gal, she just said, yeah, she's looking for a weight loss product. She's looking to lose, just like 20 pounds. I've known her for a long time. She's in network marketing, blah, blah, blah. Well, the girl, instead of getting to know a little bit more about my sister, she immediately went, oh, you're looking to lose weight? Okay, well, then you need this. You need this, and this product. She never asked my sister, have you ever struggled with weight before? What exactly is it? How many pounds are you looking to lose? Because my sister's like, she doesn't know that I've lost weight before. My problem is I can't seem to keep it off. Like I can lose it, but then I can't keep it off. I'm like a yo-yo. She goes, but she didn't ask me any questions at all. She just immediately tried to sell me. And that's the biggest turnoff to people because you want to ask questions. So if people are asking, questions about our products, even it's like, well, what is it you're actually looking for? Because our products do a lot of things, right? I mean, especially you could attest to that, Carrie Jo, especially if we're talking all this nutrition, like our products do a lot of things.
That's a great line.
And so what is it specifically that your struggle is that we can see? Because we want to tailor the products to you a little bit more versus just throwing all of it at you.
Yes.
And when people and the other thing is we tell our team too, don't be just tossing links out. If someone's like, oh, I need weight loss products. You don't just send them, oh, here, buy this weight management program, right? You want to know more about it. Well, what is it? How much do you have to lose? What is it you're doing now? Like, what kind of, maybe they're using shakes. Maybe they're using other things. Like you have no idea what they're doing, but
Yes.
You definitely just need to ask and not tell and really get more information. Once you get that, then it's much easier for you to respond because you know more specifically what they're looking for versus, what they're doing. You think about it too, even if you were to go to, clearly we're not doctors. I'm not saying that, but if you were going somewhere, I just happened to see Whitney there and it made me think, because she's a physical therapist. When someone goes in there for that, like, if they like, my back hurts, she's not going to just start, throwing exercises at them. She's going to test out some things to find out exactly what it is before giving certain exercises to do it. And it's the same exact thing with all of our stuff. Just because someone has acne doesn't mean they actually need the acne line. Like there could be other things with it. So just finding out more information.
Absolutely. And that's brilliant. That's pre-qualifying our prospect, right? That's, whether you're looking at a sale or even your business partner or joining your team, you're going to ask certain questions, right?
Correct.
Sometimes when people get started on social media, they think it's just this big advertising space.
Right.
Right. But the problem is they fail to realize that unless they have a highly converting sales funnel with an ad, no one will buy from them automatically unless they create relationship.
Key.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. Thank you so much for, letting me, pick your brains on that. And I think everybody probably got some value out of that. And thanks for posting that link right there on that Google Doc, Donna.
Thanks, Donna.
Yeah.
But we do. Right. Carla says we have 2 ears and one mouth. It's right.
We do need to work better with I remember a phrase I heard a long time ago from one of my early mentors. He said, become an artist with your words. You're painting a picture for people when you're, whether, you're selling a dream, right? Or, your product, you got to kind of have it set up the little expectation, the journey for them, right? And that's right here, right? It starts there. I remember that, just become an artist with your words. So for me, that helps me because we're artsy around here.
Well, if I could, obviously we have no problem answering more questions and stuff like that for sure, but I wanted to, there's so many things here to celebrate when we talk about, but I wanted to actually highlight one person here in particular this morning. When Ruth and I are, working with people, and obviously and this kind of goes back to online and offline, you're going to have small successes along the way, no matter what, if you're doing the work, right? But the thing is when we're teaching them, especially on the online space, again, if you're talking to warm market, you're going to get some faster results. But when you're doing specifically stuff online, we always tell them, guys, it could take 30, 60, really 90 days before things really start to kick in, before you really start to get some traction. And I remember a couple months ago when it was coming time even to wrap up the trip, I had conversations with Whitney and Carla about it. And I'm like, guys, you just hit that 90-day point and look, all of a sudden things are starting to happen. Well, yesterday, we've got an agent here that I'm just so stinking proud of her because she has gotten a little frustrated with herself. And I get it, when you're an overachiever and you've got big goals and you're doing lots of things, it can be frustrating sometimes when you don't get the result. But I happened to look up after we talked yesterday, and she was in the business for 99 days yesterday.
Oh.
And she signed up her very first agent.
Nice.
And that is Heather Lambert. And I just want to really give a big shout out to her because I know she was feeling a little overwhelmed, a little frustrated. She was doing lots of things. She's, really gone through the training. But it took that time with that consistency for things to really start kicking in. And so I just really wanted to recognize her for that and let her say a few words about what she did.
Well, you're making me cry.
Sorry.
But no, it has been frustrating because I have been, putting in the time and the work, but not really seeing the results. But having the mentorship and the right program has definitely made all the difference. Because as I was telling Trish yesterday, after we signed up, and she didn't make it to the call, but she's already started to watch the training. So, but when we signed up, Gail, honestly, in my previous companies, recruits usually kind of fell in my lap. I didn't really work for them per se. And to actually go through the process and have somebody make the choice for themselves through, walking them through and having Trish there to facilitate that just was awesome and amazing. And it felt so nice and stinking awesome.
Well, good job, Heather. Like I told you yesterday, I'm so proud of you because you didn't stop, you kept going. And now you've got the process down a little more and you learned a lot going through that process, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And one of the things that we had talked about, and I just wanted to share this is, Heather has been doing a lot of, she's a self-starter, like she is a go-getter. She's been doing a lot of these Zooms on her own and which I'm excited about. But I did tell her too, like, okay, don't be afraid to reach out and have us help you out a little bit until you get, a little bit more comfortable with it and get a little more under your belt. But if you want to be doing some of these, then really be focused on asking more questions. Like you've got a lot, like she's in healthcare. She's a nurse. She's got a lot of wisdom. And especially when it comes to nutrition, I said, but instead of telling people the information, let's ask more questions to lead them through the information. And so I know yesterday, that call, we had a lot of questions going on, but I think it was a really good example of how to do it. And I know you felt really good afterwards. And I'm just so proud of you, Heather. So great job.
Thanks. And just to kind of build off of what you said real quick, I did hesitate to reach out to Trish or, any of the leadership because, it's like, well, I have the experience. I've, been in this industry for a little while, but, I guess I was like, I didn't want to feel like I was asking too much or that I should already know it. And actually I got on, Lester and I had a quick little call the day before and he's like, yeah, I have a call with Trish. And he's like, you should do that. And I was like, oh yeah, I probably should. And Trish had actually reached out to me and said, hey, we probably need to get you on a call. And it's like, and I didn't really ignore, but I didn't jump on it. And then after my call with Lester, I was like, you know what? They're right. Our mentors are there and they want to help us and help us to succeed. So I scheduled that call. And then right after that, it was pretty much right when, this other girl, asked, wanted to know more information and it snowballed in the right direction from that. And so I'm really grateful that I was able to get on a call and then later that afternoon have a recruiting call, and actually she signed up. So don't hesitate to ask for help.
Awesome, Heather. Great job. So proud of you. And she's right. Don't reach out or don't hesitate to reach out to us. We truly are here to help you guys. And there's a lot of great leaders in this team. And that's the thing I think you guys got to remember. We are a team. We are here to help one another. You're not here to be in business alone. It's your business, but you're not in business alone. And I think it's really important to remember. And I think sometimes as moms and women, we are just the type of people that we just always take charge and get things done, that it's hard for us to reach out for help. But if you've got big goals, reach out for help, because that's how you're going to get better. It's how you're going to learn what you need to learn.
And I want to second that because I've received a couple of messages from people over the last couple of days wanting to have conversations and put game plans together. And I hear things like, is it okay if we have a call? I don't have someone to bring to you. And it's like, oh my gosh, yes, let's get on a call. Let's come up with a plan. Let's get you into action. And sometimes on these calls, guys, it might not be a specific instruction. You might receive something different that impacts you. And I'm going to give you an example. I had a call with someone yesterday who isn't on this call today, but she's got some pretty significant volume down one of her legs. And she said, Ruth, I've never been this close to rank advancing ever in my life. And we had a conversation around, activities and actions and getting out of comfort zones. And it's funny, she just left me a message and said, oh my gosh, I have to tell you this. I am doing things now that I've never done in my life before. And sometimes it's not us telling you guys what to do. It's just receiving the belief that we have in you and the commitment and the belief that will cause these kinds of shifts to happen. And we, you get your belief from us. When you doubt yourself, you'll get your belief from us. And that's what causes these shifts. So, if you're feeling stuck or you're feeling hesitant, like, oh my gosh, they're busy, I don't want to reach out to them. Oh my gosh, we're here for you. Like, let's get on calls. Let's get your business moving forward in whatever way is going to impact you the best.
100%. I just want to give another example or another shout out to, I had a lot of calls this week. So, but every call is a little bit different. And that's why it's so important too. Like I had a call with Amy yesterday. We came up with a plan for Amy that's probably different than every other conversation I've had, but Amy's got a different background. Amy's been doing some different things. And, so we came up with a different plan for her than I have with some of the rest of you. But that's okay. That's what was going to work for Amy right now, right? And that's the thing. There are so many different ways for us to be connecting with people. The biggest thing is just having the activity to connect with people, right? And I had a call yesterday with Chelsea. I see she's on here too. Chelsea's was very different. Chelsea's got 2 young kids. Like her youngest is 4 or 5 months old, like really young, right? And then her husband works. So she's at home with the kids all day. And she was kind of beating herself up a little bit. We just switched it. We changed how she's going to do things a little bit on what she can be focusing on. And afterwards she was like, oh, that feels so much better to focus on it that way. So everybody's different. Everybody works differently. And, the thing is though, unless we have a conversation, we're not going to know your certain circumstance of what it is specifically that might be slowing you down or keeping you from moving forward. And so when we talk with you and hear what you're doing, we can figure out where those little gaps are and come up with something that's going to work for you. So please don't hesitate to reach out, because we really, truly want to move everybody through all of these ranks. So we appreciate you guys when you do reach out. And anybody else have anything on here they want to share? Carrie Jo, you got anybody or Any other wins in here? I know we've got lots of wins, but
Lots of
anybody have
wins.
anything they want to share? Anybody? Are we gonna be shy? I hear somebody. Who is that? Oh, Whitney, you got something? Go ahead, Whitney.
I'll say something. Early on this week, I was having a really rough week, and I posted that on social media, and I just got like so much love from my friends, followers, and you guys. And Trish, you helped out a lot too. I just want to say thank you. And it's always nice to, like, when you're feeling down, to feel that you actually really do have a cheering section and it helps you move forward. So that was a win for me this week.
And it ended up turning into a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Good job, Whitney. All right. Anybody else got anything they want to share? Anybody have any specific questions on anything?
Do you guys know, this is not training, but do you guys know anything about the shipping and why it's taken so long?
Yeah, so Jesse shared a little bit earlier this week, but the bottom line is some of the items, as you know, were already back ordered before the end of Black Friday shopping.
Yep.
Okay, so that was part of it. The other is we did record sales on a lot of stuff, so they're just still getting orders out. But I believe that all the Black Friday orders should be shipped by now. If not, like, they will definitely be shipped by today.
So will they ship stuff, if in an order there was something that was back ordered and then other stuff that wasn't, are they waiting for the back ordered stuff to ship everything?
That I don't know. Do you know, Carrie Jo?
I talked to him about the same situation and I asked him to please ship. If you have things like the chef set on any of your orders and you haven't gotten your order yet, just call and talk to customer service and say, you know what, go ahead and ship the rest of it and ship the chef set when it's there. And what she told me, because I had to ask for that specifically. To
Okay, because I think that might be what's wrong with mine.
Yeah, in a regular back order situation, that's what they do. But corporate just started doing back orders, so maybe they don't have that set up yet. So they were just going to hold the whole order. I'm like, no, please send everything.
Okay, thanks, because I've got a bunch of Christmas presents in the part that
I know, that's what I was telling her. Same thing.
Right.
And the other thing is, she said they were building those chef sets and they should be done by the weekend. So they think that they should get all of those shipped out by today.
Nice.
Okay.
And so what is the
orders? But then the chef sets, if they don't have them all done by today, they'll finish them this weekend, which means they would ship them out by Monday.
Okay, so I tried to look at this, but it wouldn't let me do it without actually buying something, or maybe I didn't do it right. I was trying to figure out, okay, now you have to pay for expedited shipping at this point to get stuff
I think so.
or Christmas. Do y'all have any idea how they do that? I was trying to figure it out without actually ordering and it wasn't letting me.
So
see.
here's the thing. I think it's not so much on Secret's part on that. It's going to be more on the shipping service.
Right.
Right. So because they send out everything 2-day priority, but it's a matter of what the postal service is going to do with it after that. And that's where so once it ships, you got to remember, once it ships, Secret no longer has control over it.
I know. I just wondered if it cost an added fee.
So
this
I
time of
think
year
you
or
could
not.
still ship it. I think they're just not guaranteeing it.
Right.
Right. You could.
Okay, because of the post office.
Correct. Yes. Like it could still arrive on time. They're just not guaranteeing it will because of the post office.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's nutty out there.
And to add to what Carrie Jo said too, you're correct. I hadn't even really thought about that. They have never, ever taken back orders before. Usually they sell out. That's it.
That's it.
And so they did do back orders this year and air freighted a lot of product over here to fulfill those shipments.
Yeah.
So it's a good problem. It's a really good problem. But you know, I heard from Jesse, I believe that in the first 8 or 12 hours, we sold more than we did in 3 days last year through Black Friday.
That's just wild.
So that's insane. So, it's amazing. But clearly, you know, they were prepared for more. They weren't prepared for that much more.
That's a great problem to have. And
It
so
is a
if
great
I have some new people that just signed up or new people placing orders now, it might take 2 or 3 weeks to get. I mean, what's realistically, if I've got a new agent and they're ordering something, how long before you think they might get it?
I honestly don't think it's that long, Genevieve. I really think as long as it's something that's in stock here, it's going to go out shipping just like it normally would, because I've received other orders.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I've been receiving orders all week.
Yeah, I've gotten most of my stuff. I just haven't gotten this one box.
In
That's
fact,
probably why, what you're saying.
Yeah, I would think so. I've got one order to check on that did go in. It went in on the Monday after Black Friday, and it's a pretty big order. I don't think anything in it is a back order item, but I'm guessing they're fulfilling the other stuff before sending that. But I really think by the end of this weekend, they'll be completely caught up. And at that point, everything should start shipping out like it normally would. And then it's just going to be up to the Postal Service. But I personally don't see the Postal Service delaying it that long, I would hope. But I don't know. Everything's been weird this year.
Yeah.
So,
That's it.
so I really don't know. I know the Postal Service is always slower. I'm sure with so many people ordering online these days, that's probably part of the issue too, that why they're so slow.
Yeah.
So I don't really know the answer, Genevieve.
That's okay. I can call customer service later if it doesn't
Yeah.
come soon.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just try not to bother them if I didn't need to, because I
Oh
know
no,
you're overwhelmed.
bother them. Here's the thing, they're going to give you the
They're
best
so
answer.
nice. Right?
Yeah, and they're going to give you the best answer.
Yeah, they're always very nice and helpful. Do you or Ruth have 5 minutes sometime today I can chat?
Absolutely. Genevieve, reach out to me after this call.
Thank you.
I'll hop on.
Very cool. Does anybody else have anything they want to share or add or anything?
I just have a quick question.
Who is that?
Heather,
Okay, good.
as far as I that was kind of covered on the all agent call, but do we know when the new, I mean, I know they're joining, but do we know when all that's going to start really taking place?
The World Ventures?
Yes.
I don't. Do you?
Trish,
Yes.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I'm also part of World Ventures as well. So I'm one of the few that are actually in the middle of all this merger. The last update that we had is fingers crossed, everything will be in place to hopefully like seamlessly merge as of the end of next week.
Okay. But that doesn't mean we're going to have their stuff to offer at that point.
No.
That's going to be definitely next year.
What I heard, Trish, from Jesse was we're probably realistically looking at March.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. End of first quarter is kind of what I would have gathered too. So, hey, Jasmine, though, let's connect later. We need to make sure that you don't get 2 spots in the tree.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm just waiting for the binary tree on their end to finalize so I can call corporate, but any help I can get with that would be phenomenal.
Okay, perfect. All right. So the biggest thing, guys, I want to encourage you, just remember right now, let's utilize what we have, right? We've got a lot of great things happening, and everything that we are doing right now is going to prep us for when this launch comes and when some of the other things that are coming after the new year launch. And so what you guys really want to focus on, obviously helping people, shop and stuff like that for the holidays, 100%. If you've got customer orders, let's get them in. But the other thing is you really, this is a great time to really continue to add people to your organization. The new blood is going to help you get to those goals that you have. It's going to help you get to those ranks that you want to get to. And right now we still have so much volume that we want to make sure we're continuing to utilize everything we have and maximize everything that we have. The other thing is we want all of our weeks to be super strong so that when we do lose one week that we're not going, oh, I have nothing anymore, right? You don't want to be all depressed about that. You want to continue to grow every single week, grow the business that you're putting in so that you're going to be holding these ranks that you're hitting. All right. So it's really important. But I know there's so many of you, like I've got our list. Oh, it's by my laptop. So I was working out there yesterday, but I've got my list. We've got so many people, not only for bronze, but really for Royale, silver, and gold on our list that we want to help you guys help you get these bonuses before Christmas, right? Help you get, all of these things in place. And so don't forget, we are offering until Monday, when you've got that 1,000 TPQV, you're going to get to pick 2 of the gold core items. When you have the 2000 TPQV, which means a brand new agent can come in with have it all set and qualify for this, you're going to get the entire gold core line plus the BioShield line, which is insane. It's an insane bonus. Like, I'm so excited because at first I was feeling bad. I'm like, gosh, people are getting have it all and they're not getting the new stuff. But with this promotion, they are getting the new stuff. So cool. So we want to make sure we're getting on, we're going to be working with you. We've got we've got till Monday with this additional promotion. And then we've got 1 more week to really capitalize on this volume. So it's not time to slow down. It's not time to take a nap. It is time to speed it up and pick it up and really put more time and effort in. I don't want to say than you ever do, but put a little extra in right now. It's going to be worth it. Go that extra distance, make that extra phone call, set up an extra appointment. It's going to be worth it in your business to be doing that. Anybody else want to add to that?
The only other comment I'll make, guys, is you're all at different sort of stages in your marketing and your business growth and all of that. And if you're unclear what your activity should be right now, then reach out to us. And I'm going to use this example. I had a meeting yesterday with one of our agents, and she's very close to getting to a rank. She's really not had a lot of experience on social media yet. She's going through our trainings and so on. Has a few people in SMP, but they're, she's warming them up. They're not quite ready to hop on Zoom with us. And she said, Ruth, what should I be doing? Should I continue to, should I be focusing on getting people in SMP, or what should I be doing? And we had to look at, okay, we have this golden opportunity for about a week and a half. So for her, her focus has to be on the customer side, because converting over someone from SMP takes time. So she was like, oh my gosh, yeah, okay, I have clarity. I know what I need to do. Now, if you're feeling like, what do I need to be doing in the next week and a half? Everybody's situation is going to be different, right? Maybe you've got some hot people in SMP who are ready to convert. But if you need clarity on that, then let us know. Let us help you walk through what should your activities be for the next kind of 10 days so that you can maximize the volume that's there. And then we can kind of get back to business as usual, right? But, we've got about, 10 days now that we've got some really good volume still sitting there. So we want to make sure we're doing the right activities given where you are in your business right now.
And Ruth, that's such a great point, because in fact, one of the calls I had yesterday with the gal, she was, a little newer to the team, doesn't really know the social media side yet. But when I talked to her, she has a huge warm market, huge. And her warm market's actually been really good so far. So we dug into that of what she could be doing with that warm market. Because listen, I know a lot of people want to build on social media, but one thing that Ruth and I have always said is you need to be able to use online and offline and blend them together. You need both. And especially when you first get into this business in general, if you've not tapped out your warm market, or some of you've been in companies and you've called your warm market over and over and over and over and over, that's different. But there are some people who haven't done that. There are some people who are newer. And here's the thing, you do have the trust in that warm market. The people know you, they like you, and you have trust there, which means you have influence. And it takes a while to build that influence online. But with your warm market, you have it already. And in fact, I'm looking and I see Genevieve there. Genevieve has done a ton with her warm market. She has got a great warm market. And in fact, she just brought in a new agent yesterday who is warm market. So there are a lot of you who just haven't even gone that way. Now, some of you, again, like I said, I know you've burned out that warm market. I get it. You don't want to go there, but some of you have not. And if you're looking for some quicker results and want to really move the needle over this next week, then let's have a conversation on how you can talk with these people and invite them to different things, because you've likely got people in that business who could either be a customer or be a new business partner with you on your team.
So Heather has a question here. I could use some ideas for customer acquisition. One of the things, I don't know if you watched the corporate call, Heather, but one of the ladies on the corporate call, I can't remember who it was, said she basically took her phone and sent a simple text message to people saying, have you finished your Christmas shopping? I have some ideas. And I was speaking with one of the ladies from World Ventures, who's connected with, they found our social networking professionals and, wanted some information. And she said her entire downline was sending out that text, and they did a massive number of sales just by doing that. So that's one idea. And also using your stories to create interest, Facebook stories, Instagram stories. At least those things are being seen with the algorithm right now. Posts aren't getting a lot of reach.
The other thing, guys, yes, Reels on Instagram. Yes, that is huge. The other thing too is, you could be doing some online spa parties. If you are able to open your house up, you could be doing an open house for people to come by, and you can be putting products out and letting people demo some things. So there are lots of ways still that you could be doing some stuff, and you could be definitely doing some, even doing some comparisons or stuff in your stories, or maybe doing some kind of demo in your stories. There's lots of things. I mean, the mascara is a great demo item that you could, do in your stories that might just create some curiosity for people to start reaching out, which could start talking about other products. I've got a gal who, interestingly, prior to this year, has only ever ordered hairbrushes from me for her daughters. And I actually got on the phone with her, and I actually don't know her well, just so like our daughter, my oldest daughter, went to the same place for cheer that her younger daughters go to. And years ago, I used to have a children's boutique in our town in North Carolina. And she had come in and bought some stuff for her kids there. So that's like all I know her. I don't really know her. She's a local dentist. But anyway, I just asked her, hey, can we chat? Let me just talk with you to share with you some of the other things. She ended up ordering over $400 worth of stuff on Black Friday just from that phone call. And then she got some really cool stuff in her surprise packs and I reached back out to her asking her what she got. She started sharing, and now we're getting back on another call today. So follow up is key, and it doesn't matter if it's on the recruiting side or the customer side. Really having conversations, is something great. And one of the things I did too is I have sent out some little thank you packages to everybody who gave me their orders ahead of time with little thank you notes. And I've sent them out some of the new masks that we still have available, right? So that they could hopefully be trying them and ordering more while these products are still here in the month of December. So, there's a lot of things you could be doing, but it's going to take you taking some action to do it.
May I ask you a question? Do you guys think that regular Instagram account gets more traction, or if you turn it into like a business one? You know how they let you do it either way?
So personally, I like the business account because you can see the stats on things. Like you can see how many people, basically it gives you all the analytics on your page as to who's doing what. There's a couple other features you have as well by having the business page versus the personal. And you can connect it over to, Facebook too. So I think you can do that.
I switched mine to that, and it seems like I'm not getting quite as many views. I don't know why. It's kind of interesting.
That I don't.
Who knows? I don't know.
But doesn't it link it to if you have a business profile page already set up?
Well, it would
automatically
link
links
it to that, except I started setting it up, and then the algorithm changed, so I was told not to do it. And so it's like, it wouldn't let me link it back to my other one was linked to my regular Facebook page. And this one's not letting me link it to my regular Facebook page. So I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I would, honestly, you can do a couple, this is probably not the right answer, but we're just not as, we know a bit about Instagram, but we're not as versed. Although, just want to let everybody know, I am speaking with an Instagram lady on Tuesday for something. Rob's doing something for her, and in exchange, she's going to do a training for our team. And so I'm speaking with her Tuesday to get more information. But anyway, outside of that, I have found that whenever I do have a question on Instagram, I can Google it, and there's a lot of step-by-step things out there that'll walk you right through anything you need to do. So
Yeah, I was trying to convert it back
It's
to a
interesting.
personal, and I
just,
can't figure out how to do it.
So Genevieve, I have a business Instagram, but I removed it from my Facebook business page because I really don't use my business page much anymore. And I was able to connect it to my personal profile, so my stories go over.
I was.
That must be doing something wrong. Okay.
I think, yeah, you just have to, just Google it, because it's, like I said, there's definitely some easy step-by-steps, but you should be able to do it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, does anybody else have anything they want to share or add? Everybody excited? Go out ready to crush this weekend, right? Crush this. We've got Monday. So, again, if you, let's figure out where you're at. If you've not had a call with us yet, let's get you on a call with us. We can help walk you through. I know Ruth and I have been calling people or messaging people all week to set up appointments and chat with us. And we've done tons of calls with people. But if we haven't connected yet and you want on a call, please, please, please message us. We want to make sure that we're on with you. We want to help you get to where you want to go. And we don't want to wait till next week, right? We need to get it in this week. Because those of you who are close to Royale, let's get you Royale this week so we can get you to Silver next week. Right? Those of you who are close to Bronze, let's get you to Bronze so you can go to Royale next week. If you're at Silver, let's talk so we can have a plan to get you to Gold. If you're at Gold, let's get you to Platinum. Right? Let's focus on what you need to do, and we'll help you, figure out who is it that we need to help. Who is it in your organization who needs to go Bronze? Who is it in your organization who might be close to Royale? And because as we, dig down into our organization and help people out, it helps everybody. But most importantly, it helps that person who's brand new, who's just gotten started. Okay. Anybody else? I think that's it. All right. I don't have anything else to add. I'm just excited you guys are here. I think everybody's doing phenomenal. And so I love catching up with each and every one of you as we're having these calls. And I just think we have so much exciting stuff. And I don't know. I'm just excited. We've got so much coming up, not only to wrap this year up, but to start or kick off the next year as well. So
Absolutely.
yeah. All right.
Follow up Friday. Let's do it.
All right. That's a wrap. Have an awesome weekend, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Everyone.